For 2-year-old Harper Lostetter, home is where her blocks are.
2 of them to be on?
For her father, Nick, the concept of home is a bit more complex. This Twin Cities residence is indeed where he lives, along with his 2 daughters and his wife, Ashley. But as Nick and Ashley are quick to point out, the place isn't truly theirs.
We are currently living with
My parents.
his parents. Yep, for about the last year.
Nick has a bachelor's degree in theater. When the economy made acting gigs even more difficult to come by, he took a full-time job at a local grocery chain. But his salary just wasn't enough to make ends meet. So he joined the growing number of adult children living with their moms and dads.
For me, just getting over the guilt of feeling like you didn't succeed or the guilt of feeling like you failed. It took me a long time to get over that, and I don't know if I completely have yet. Yeah.
The 24-year-old knows things could be much worse. He feels fortunate to have loving and supportive parents, ones who have the financial stability and the extra living space to be able to take in his young family. Still, he could do without having to explain the situation to the former high school classmates he inevitably encounters.
I just don't want to have that conversation. Say, yeah, we have our 2 girls and we're living with my parents and I'm working at a grocery store. They kind of give you that, kind of look. And it's, that's hard to deal with. That's a heavy book, isn't it?
For Nick's parents, this foray into multi-generational living has been far less anxiety-producing.
Well, the absolutely best part is having our granddaughters here.
Absolutely.
We absolutely love having the involvement in our granddaughters' lives. George heard the people downstairs gasp.
For much of American history, it was tradition for extended families to live under one roof. Carol Lostetter's parents stayed with her mother's parents as they gained their financial footing. And Carol's happy she can provide that same boost to her son's family. At the same time, she's well aware of the value modern society places on independence and self-reliance.
I find myself self-explaining when I talk about it. I'll say, yes, it's the new economy. People are living back with their families. And I don't know, it's because if I'm afraid it's a reflection on me as a parent, but that my son is not a failure because he came back. You want to read that one too?
A year ago, Nick would have never imagined he'd be living with his parents, each night elbowing up to the same dinner table he did as a high schooler. But he's convinced the move home was the most fiscally responsible decision he could have made. And he says any stigma attached to his living situation is pretty inconsequential in the long run. Today, he's in line for a promotion, one that would come with a substantial pay increase. And he estimates that by the time summer rolls around, he'll have saved up enough money to afford a place for his family of 4.
When we have moments where we why are we here? We should be on our own by now. Then I think we just both kind of take a step back and breathe and realize that we do have a place to live. We're warm, we're safe, we're loved,
We're really lucky.